Hello, my name is Jeffrey Awuku-Boateng, and I want to go over this phishing attack investigation on TryHackMe called the Green Holt Phish. So I have that on the right side, and I have the TryHackMe attack box on the left. Let's get right into it. It's pretty easy, so I'll try and keep it about 5 minutes or less. So the first question is asking about what is the email's timestamp. Okay, so I already put it up on the side, on the left. So I've opened it up on Thunderbird, which is basically an email client. But I also have the header right here. Yep. So there's the email header. So right from here, you can already see this is the email timestamp. So I'll put it in here. 06 10 times 0558. Yep. Okay, who is the email from? So to get that, you can either look through the header, or you can just look through the actual email and you can get it right from here. So that is from Mr. James Jackson. What is his email address? That will be the next one right here on this line. So that's info@thisdomain.com. What is the email address? What email address will receive a reply to this email? So that's the next line, reply to this. Basically, it's this email address. Info. This at mail.com. Awesome. What is the originating IP? Now, this is where you actually usually need the header to obtain this. But in this particular room, the original originating IP and most of the IPs are X'd out. So we can't get it from here. So you have to look further, look through the whole header to see if you can get it somewhere else. So that's going through, you see right here, it says received from this IP. Wait, let me think about this. Received from this IP. So SMTP, this received from. Okay, so this is the actual IP. Because this, I believe this should be the domain where it's coming from, like the SMTP. This should be connected to the SMTP or something. So let's try this IP address. Most of the time, you should see it in the X originating IP, but in this case, it's not. Let's try this. Even get says it in the hint. The answer is not in the X originating IP. Then it says who is the owner of the originating IP. Let's see the hint. Perform a whois lookup. Okay. So for this, we're going to do a whois lookup using the IP. So we're going to copy this IP and go to whois.com. When we do that, it gives us a lot of information about like the IP address. It gives us the range, the net name, which maybe this should be the host, the domain name, or the owner, basically the owner. Yeah. So copy this, paste it here. Okay, that's not the one. Who's the owner of the originating IP? Let's look through again. Oh, so there's the organization name. So it's still Host Wins, but I think it wants this name instead with the LLC. Yep. And now it comes down to this. What is the SPF record for the return path domain? So what SPF is the sender policy framework. And what it's used for is basically it's used to authenticate an email sender. So it's kind of like a rule or policy where you specify what kinds of IP addresses or range of IPs that you want to basically represent a domain. So the reason why we do this is basically to prevent other people, attackers, from sending emails from a specific um domain of for a company. So what is the SPF record for the return path domain? So for this, you're going to use this website, SPF Surveyor 2, basically. So this asks for the domain, which initially we found right here. This should be the domain. So we copy this and paste it right here. And it should give us what the rule is, or what the record is. I believe this, yeah, this should be the SPF record is asking for. But this is kind of what it looks like. It gives you like what kinds of IP should represent a particular organization or domain or website or whatever it is. So I'm gonna post it right here. Yep. Then we go to DMARC. I think it's called DMARC. But what it stands for is domain keys identifiable or identified email or mail. And what it does is it's kind of similar to SPF that in that it does authentication of email sender, but the way it does it is different. In this case, it uses or provides like an encryption key and a digital signature in order to do the verification of emails, as usual, to prevent like forging and other attackers from sending emails trying to kind of impersonate a certain organization or domain. So for this as well, we have a website. I think all of them come from the demarcian.com. So this is the DMARC domain checker. Again, enter the domain. So I'm going to copy the domain from here. Paste that here, and that should give you the DMARC record. The domain is not fully protected against abuse by phishers and spammers. So DMARC, so this should be the rule or the record. Paste it here. Awesome. What is the name of the attachment? So for that, we're going to go back to the main email. And this is where it is, the attachments. This is the name of the attachment. And since this is kind of like a sandbox or like a VM, I can save it. I really recommend saving it onto your actual computer. So you can just save it and put it on, let's put it on the desktop. Because we're going to do further analysis and investigations on it. So this is the name of the attachment. Let me see if I can copy the name from here. No, let me open terminal and do it from here instead. CD to desktop. Copy the name. And then paste it. Awesome. What is the SHA-256 or SHA-256 hash order file document? Okay, in order to get that, let me see. Okay, so I think the way I want to do it is I want to find the MD5 hash first. So MD5 sum this. Oh, my bad. MD5 sum. Yep, there it is. So this is the hash of the file. So I'm gonna copy this and go to virus total and search for it. Yeah, so obviously it's malicious. It gives you all this feedback that all these like sandboxes or like companies or whatever have found malicious activity on it. So I'll go to the details. So this gives you all the file hashes. So MD5 I already found here. And we're looking for 256. So I'm gonna post that here. attachments, file size. Don't forget to add kilobytes. Let's see the hint. Don't go by the Linux file properties. Obtain the file hash and use an open source. Okay, so already looked at it at virus total, so we can go to the size, and I believe this should be the size. For some reason, I don't really know why size is different when you look at it from on Linux. Here it says it's 400 400.3 AIB. By on virus total it says 400.26. So we'll stick with that. What is the actual file extension of the attachments? I think we should find that on virus total as well. File type is RER, which I believe is an archive file type. Yep. This was a fairly easy phishing attack investigation. So obviously we already found that the attachment is malicious. So that kind of already gives us reason to block this IP and this domain and the file as well. So yeah,